goals. So how many clients are we going to have? What stores are we going to be in? Who are those troubled clients? Where are those locations? How many employees? What type of employees are we going to have? Where is my book going to be? What platforms? How much revenue am I going to have at the end of the year? We gotta make sure that we quantify those things and we make sure that they are specific as possible, because we want to be able to see it. See, because remember we talked about goals they have to be focused on. They can't just be resolutions, because a resolution, I want to lose 80 pounds by the end of the year. Okay, very good. But do you know what your weight will be at the 80 pounds? So so instead of saying I want to lose 80 pounds by the end of the year, I need to say something. I am at my I'm feeling agile and great, and my perfect body weight of 198. That's specific. That's very measurable. I can see that. Whenever I see 198, I look at that scale and I see 198. And so you have to be as specific as possible when it comes to goals. Goals have to be quantifiable, meaning that there is a number associated with it. There is a end date associated with it. They have to be qualifiable, meaning that there needs to be some type of reason why it needs to happen. Why do I need to be in 12 stores? And you have to ask yourself those questions as well, even right now. Okay, what does it take to be in 12 stores? What type of inventory? I mean, because you're talking about, I'm in Macy's, but Macy's is one of the largest chains. Do you have the bandwidth right now? So maybe you got to look at your goals, because your goals have to be specific. They also have to be realistic based off of the growth of your business. And so we can put wish lists on wish lists on wish lists, but if we are not realistic in those goals, we'll go backwards, because we say, man, I set that goal, but I didn't get it. And then the devil comes in and says, well, you ain't nothing. You can't do it. You don't have enough, da, 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 da. And then we have this whole beat up situation. And then, now next year you're like, I'm trying. And so we got to be very realistic with your goals based off of your capacity right now. My mom used to always say that all the time. You got to count the cost. I used to hate when she said that. It's like, Mom, I'm gonna drive a Bentley next year. I'm 16 years old. Like, you don't understand who I am? I'm a millionaire. Like, what? She was like, okay, well, why did I have to pay your cell phone bill last week? Like, okay, whatever. But you gotta be realistic, and they have to be attainable, Ask yourself your goals that you've written down this year, are they attainable? Seriously. It's a sobering thing, but you have to count the cost where you are, seriously. If you're just starting in business, am I saying that it cannot happen? Absolutely. I'm not saying all things are possible to them that believe, but also all things are possible to him that grinds too. Yeah, that's true. And so if you're not willing to put in the work, don't put it down on paper. And so you got to count the cost, because the Word of God tells us that if you don't count the cost, people will come back and mock you and say, here this guy was who began to build, but he couldn't finish it. You put it down on paper, you effort to do it, you started the Facebook page, you started the business, you put the business plan together, you effort to start building, but you couldn't finish it because you didn't count the cost of what it would actually take to reach that goal. What type of mindset you had to have. See, the thing about being a business is not just about putting a business plan together. There's a mindset that you have to have. And that's why I said it's a go-getter's land. It's not, you think that Mark Cuban is, and of course, he's a successful business owner. We're not talking about his beliefs, but he's a successful business owner. Do you think that he is around just kind of thinking about us, wondering if he's going to get to his goals? No. He's like, that sports team is mine. That business is mine. Whenever you watch Shark Tank, how many of y'all have ever watched Shark Tank before? How many of you have not watched Shark Tank ever? Never seen Shark Tank. Watch Shark Tank. Yeah. It will make you feel like your mama is about to come in the next room and whoop your tail, because it just puts that fire on the inside of you, because here you have millionaires/billionaires who are literally scrutinizing a person's business plan that they are so passionate about. Many of them have made millions in it already. They come and they present it to these business owners. They're like, nope. Well, what did it do? What did it do? What did it shoot it? They're blowing holes all in that. He's like, say hello to my little friend. He's just spraying it through like crazy. But I want you to, whenever you watch that, I really want everyone to watch that, but I want you to watch it as if you are presenting your business to them. And when you do that, when you put yourself in that position, you say, dang, I didn't think about that. 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 And so you have to always be putting yourself in a constant state of gaining perspective, gaining understanding, so that you have a correct perspective if I am ready to actually build this business.